Hey everyone, it's Donna with Simply Living Wellness. Good morning, all you beautiful souls out there. Today I want to talk about soaking nuts. Now I'm talking about walnuts, almonds, any kind of nut that you want to eat is much healthier for you, and it becomes a real superfood if you soak them. So why do we do that? So what nuts have in them is phytic acid, and they have enzyme inhibitors. Okay, so what enzyme inhibitors do is prevent our bodies from absorbing nutrients that are in the nuts. So the nuts have such great nutrients in them, but we're not even absorbing them if we just eat them normally, like raw and without soaking them. So the enzyme inhibitors, they'll prevent digestion and absorption of iron, zinc, and calcium and other minerals. So that's why we want to soak the nuts, because it gets rid of these enzyme inhibitors and also the phytic acid. Now the phytic acid just prevents digestion. So nuts are actually really hard to digest for us. And a lot of people get issues from nuts and they don't even realize that it's kind of long-term chronic buildup of inflammation, for example, and just poor digestion. So I soak my nuts, and I soak them in a bowl in water overnight. So here's walnuts. I love walnuts especially, and when you soak them and dehydrate them, they call what people say called crispy nuts. And they're actually really tasty because they're kind of crunchy and crispy and just taste so much. Then the good enzymes in the nuts, that's with any food really. When you cook food, it tends to break down the natural enzymes that are in food, and that's why raw food, diets are so popular. But with the nuts, when you soak them, you want to just soak them, for several hours or overnight in just a bowl of water, and then you drain the water. And then you can't just leave them like that because they'll be very, moist, and they're gonna get moldy or go bad. So you need to dehydrate them. You could put them in the oven and roast them, but you're going to lose those natural enzymes. You also lose a lot of the vitamins in the foods, including vitamin C, especially when you heat them at temperatures above 200. So my oven does not go below 200. Some ovens can go really low, but mine does not. So you want to keep it below 200 degrees. So I use the dehydrator, and they're really not that expensive. This is just a Nesco dehydrator, and it comes with, all of these trays of, just trays that are stacked, and you put the nuts on there and you spread them out and you just stack them up, put the dehydrator on them, and you let it go. And mine are going for like at least 24 hours. It depends on the dehydrator. This one is not the best. It takes a long time, and you can set the control of the temperature on the dehydrator. So this goes up to 160, which is fine. And when they're done, then I store them in the fridge, if it's a walnut especially, but you don't really have to. I mean, if they're fully dehydrated, then they're going to last for a while, but they will last longer in the fridge. And so they're really tasty. They're called crispy nuts, and they're just a different consistency than even just getting roasted nuts. And they're going to be so much better for you. So that's my little tip for the week. Hi, Shelly Sanders. Thanks for coming, and thank you, Mona. So I'm going to be doing more tips in the kitchen. I promised people to do my full kefir water from beginning to end. I did kind of go over that in one live, but I didn't talk about how to hide the grains when you get them in the mail or wherever you buy them from. You can get them at health food stores. And I didn't talk about how to replenish the water after. So I'm going to do the kefir water from beginning to end probably next time. And this time I just wanted to focus on the nuts. I'm going to get a batch going myself. And once they're dehydrated, I do a lot at a time. Sometimes I'll do like 2 of these bags, but it also depends on your dehydrator and how big it is. Mine is not that big. But then I'll have nuts for a while, and I use them in my yogurt. I like a coconut yogurt for breakfast with my crispy nuts on it. I'll put chia seed, I'll put ground flaxseed, and you want to grind it as you consume it, or grind a little bit and put it in the fridge, because flaxseed goes bad and rancid really quickly. So never buy pre-ground flaxseed. It's probably not that clean. And then I put hemp seed, chia seed, and berries. And I don't always buy fresh berries, so I just use frozen berries that I keep in the freezer. I put them in a jar the day before, let them defrost. I put enough for maybe 2 or 3 servings in the jar so that I have berries ready to go. And I just pour them on the yogurt, and then I put my crispy nuts on top. So thank you for joining me today. And oh, Mona's gonna make her some crispy nuts. Yeah. And yeah, so enjoy. Namaste. Have a beautiful day, everyone. And I'll see you again next time, every Friday at 10 o'clock.